edgy, cool rock and roll vibe, rebooting a legendary hero. For you, what did they tell you about the script? What did you hear that made you feel like you had to be King Arthur?
Well, I'd had a long history with the Arthurian legend. John Borman's Excalibur was one of my favorite films growing up, and then I'd read The Once and Future King and loved that novel, and so I was very familiar with the Arthurian legend. But the idea of a King Arthur directed by Guy Ritchie, just immediately that pitch, like if one of my pals had said, do you want to go see King Arthur directed by Guy Ritchie? I'd say, hell yes, I do. You know, you just sort of, you see it, right? You see what that's going to be, and it just feels fresh and exciting and like a, you know, like an Arthur for a new generation.
And it sounds like you take pride in the fact that you got to be the guy with the sword leading the way.
Yeah, I mean, Arthur's, you know, it's an iconic role, and, you know, we tell various versions of the hero's journey over and over, which is one of the quintessential stories that we tell as people. It has a great inherent message in it. It's the importance of ascending to the best version of yourself. The whole structure of the hero's journey is a man in the normal world who gets this call to duty, this duty to do something extraordinary, and refuses the call. And what's interesting about that is then you start to ask, why do you refuse the call? Why do we tell ourselves that we're inadequate and we're not capable of doing these things? And through that, you know, the importance comes to cultivate a sense of belief in oneself. And, you know, it's just a very positive message. Just, you know, don't act from fear, you know, overcome your fears and be the best version of yourself, I think is a really great message.
When you think of Guy Ritchie doing movies, you think of Snatch, you think of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. What's the experience like, going full tilt, strapping on your seatbelt, and jumping into the world of Guy Ritchie to make some movie magic?
What was great about Guy, and he said to me, his central direction or mandate for me right from the beginning was, we got to have fun every day. If we're having fun and we tackle this with like energy and a good spirit, then the film will be what we need it to be. You know, because they can be a real slog, these films. You know, we shot for 6 months and, you know, long days and very tiring action stuff. But he said, if we just continue to have fun and be light on our feet. And that's the thing about Guy, is that he's very bad at preparation in terms of, if I want to have a conversation with him about a scene we're shooting next Wednesday, he's incapable of having that conversation. He'll say, listen, let's talk about that next Wednesday, just one thing at a time. But the flip side of that is he's extraordinary in real time. Like on the set, how quick his mind works, how quick he can write dialogue. And so we're constantly changing things and the scene's evolving in real time, which is not the way I've ever worked. I've always been intensely preparation orientated. So it forced me out of my comfort zone and to be much more immediate and sort of daring in trying things out. And we were swinging for the fences, and a lot of stuff wasn't working, but the stuff that was working was working. And Guy said, listen, you should just feel very confident in trying out anything, because I'll never make you look like in the edit. He said, I'm going to take care of you and you're going to look great. So let's free it up and swing for the fences.